My name is Dr. Eleni Papamihiel, and I actually live in North Carolina. I work at the University of North Carolina, Wilmington, and I've been a professor at this university since 2006, sorry. And before that, I was at Florida State University, and before that, I was at University of Texas. So I have been doing this for quite some time. So I tell people New York time zone because everybody knows New York, but not everybody knows Wilmington, North Carolina. Good morning.
My name is Maheshwar. I am an eighth grader from GPHS Penamaka School. I would like to ask a question. My question is, how do you train teachers to address the diverse linguistic and cultural backgrounds of English language learners in US classrooms?
So, that's a really complicated question because in the United States, we have people coming from many different countries and from many different cultures. And sometimes the cultures are similar to the US, but many times they're not. We recently have um, many immigrants from Pakistan and from Afghanistan and from Yemen, and they are predominantly Muslim. And that those cultural traditions tend to be a little bit difficult for our teachers to work with because most of our teachers are Christian. So what we do is we go in and we give them some training on different cultures and we explain to them some of the differences. And probably the most important thing that we do is we get them to really look at their own cultures and really examine how everything they do in their daily lives is really sort of mandated by their culture. So we'll ask them to describe their daily life from the time they get up until the time they go to bed. And we look at different aspects and we talk about how those aspects of their daily lives might be different in another culture. And really, the key is trying to get them to see the decisions they make as cultural instead of just what's right. Like everybody must do this, everybody must sleep in a bed. But everybody does it. Some people sleep on the floors, some people sleep on mats, some people sleep in hammocks. So getting them to understand their own culture really gets them to look at other cultures differently.
Good morning, ma'am. This is
Good
Akbar.
morning.
I'm a ninth grader. This is Akbar. I'm a ninth grader from VZPHS Penamaka. With your permission, may I ask a question?
Of course.
Based on your experience, what key skills should English language teachers develop to be effective in a global classroom?
Thank you. So I think there are several skills. They have to be empathetic, meaning they have to be able to put themselves in someone else's position. For example, if someone is immigrating from another country to the United States, they need to be able to imagine what that experience would be like. Or if somebody is learning English so that they can get a better job, then they need to imagine what that person is going through and what motivates them to learn English. So, being a good English teacher, I think, is more about understanding why people want to learn something than it is about teaching them grammar. Because you can teach somebody grammar, but if you don't understand why they should learn it, then they're not going to learn the material and they're not going to practice it. So, a good teacher really understands what motivates their students and really is able to um, understand how their students learn because different people learn differently. Some people learn by somebody talking to them, and some people learn by reading in a book, and some people learn by practicing themselves. So you have to understand how people learn, and you have to understand what motivates them to learn.
Ma'am, my name is Pooja. I'm an 8th grader from GPHS Pinmaga. May I ask you a question? My
Sure.
question is, what teaching strategies do you find the most effective from improving students' speaking and listening skills in real life contexts?
So I think again, it goes back to motivation. So activities and strategies that are motivating to students that they enjoy. For example, Pooja, do you ever listen to Taylor Swift songs?
I don't think so.
No?
No.
So I remember I was in Nepal and I asked some students what music they listen to, what English music they listen to. And all of them really like Taylor Swift, who is an American singer.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can find out, like for example, a lot of people watch videos on TikTok. And if you can find out how to make your strategies closer to something like TikTok or Instagram, then students are going to be more excited about that learning. Also, strategies that get them talking to each other. So, not just strategies where students are reading something, but when students are reading something and then talking about it. So, not doing just reading or just listening or just speaking, but strategies that combine those skills and that students will enjoy doing.
Morning, my name is Kumar Swami. I am studying 10th grade. May I ask you a question?
Sure.
How do you support teachers in integrating How do you support teachers in integrating technology and digital tools into English language instruction?
So obviously, technology is a big deal right now. And so many people have smartphones that it makes integrating technology much easier. So, for example, I might send students out into the school to record a 15-second video on their phone that focuses on one grammar point or one strategy. Or I might have them listen to a TikTok and do an analysis of it. So right now, people your age know so much more about technology than people my age or your teacher because you are what we call digital natives. Technology has been in your lives since the day you were born. So it's very familiar to you. And it's just kind of like the air you breathe that surrounds you. So it's fantastic that we have so much technology that our students are comfortable with. We don't have to teach you how to use technology. You come with that knowledge because it's part of your lives. So again, um, using technology that you already use. Now, right now, AI is a big deal because a lot of students are using AI to do their homework or to do other things in class that is not really good for learning. So now we're seeing teachers remove some of their technology because they don't want their students to use AI. But I would like to see us learn how to work with AI, to work with artificial intelligence to help our students learn. So, for example, if you had a homework assignment and I told you, I want you to use AI to do this homework assignment, but now we're going to analyze it to figure out if AI did better than you could do by yourself. So we have to start being better friends with technology.
Ma'am, I would like to ask another question.
Okay.
What methods do you recommended for assessing language proficiency while keeping learners motivated and confident?
So in order to do an assessment, you have to know what you want students to learn. So your teacher has in mind that I want you to be able to use irregular past tense, and I want you to be able to use these particular verbs. So everybody has to know what the goal is, what the final product is, and then you have to work backwards to decide how to assess that. So, for example, if I want to assess your writing, then I also have to understand that part of the things I'm assessing are also your reading or maybe your listening. So you have to be able to isolate what you want to assess. Now, sometimes motivation is a little bit difficult because students get really nervous when there's a test because there's a lot of pressure on passing the test. So you have to make your classroom, what you do in the classroom every day, at least a part of it similar to what's going to be on the test, so that when you do take the big test, that you're confident that you can be successful on it. It can't just be a surprise at the end of the year. So you have to put in little bits of the test in different classes to build students' confidence.
There must have someone in your life who must have motivated you to come into the teaching profession. Could you please share who inspired you to become a teacher, and later on you have come to this great position of training the English teachers. Could you please share your success story?
So my name is not a very typical American name. So in English, my name is Eleni Papamichiel, but my family came to the United States from Greece. So in Greek, my name is Eleni Papamichail. And so there were many people in my family who did not speak English when they came here. So, and my father did not speak English when he started school. And so I really wanted to help other immigrant families when they came to this country to be successful.
So before we wind up the session, may I request you to give a message to my students and to my teaching fraternity in my country or in my region? But because you are so inspirational, as you have told that you are from Greece and your parents didn't speak English, but you are absolutely self-motivated, and you have reached to this position because of your hard work and commitment. So you are so inspirational to my students and to my teaching community. Please share your message.
So I think the best message that anybody can have is that all your life you will be a student. All your life. It will not stop when you graduate from college. It will not stop when you get married and have children. The best people, the most interesting people, the people you want to be around are always people who realize that there is always something to learn. And those are the people that I think all of us enjoy being around and getting to know better. Even your teacher is still a student in many ways.